We'll be learning now about the for loop in C++. So I'll be opening the text editor of my which is code blocks and I'll be creating an empty file. Let me just save the file. Save it in desktop as main.cpp. Right now let me write the boilerplate which is hash include iostream using namespace td main return 0. Right. So now what is a for loop? So I'll be saying a for loop is like we are giving a condition for the condition to keep executing until and unless the condition becomes false. We can use for loop. For example, the syntax is first we have to write for, then put a bracket, then this is the initialization, then put a semicolon, then here will be the condition, and here will be increment or increment or decrement. Then inside of the curly braces we'll be writing what has to execute. What has This is the syntax for the for loop. So I'll be writing an example so that you can understand. Let me say for int I, where I is a variable, is equal to 0. We'll just initialize I to 0. And we will say if I is less than or equal to 10, this is the condition which we are giving, that I is less than or equal to 10. And this is the increment or decrement operator. Right. Instead of curly braces, what I'll do is what I'll just print the number is 5. Enter. So last time when I had executed the program in the last video, it was saying that the terminal was very small, so I'll be executing this in my own terminal over here. Okay, now we'll see if this will work. Right, so G++ main.cpp dash o main, and let's see if it will print all the numbers. And you can see it has printed the number is 0, the number is 1, the number is 2, the number is 3. So this was the syntax of the for loop. So I'll be telling you again, first we have to write for, then we have to put a bracket, and first we have to put an initialization. For example, if I change 0 to 1, you can see it will start printing from 1 to 10. I'll show you. See, in the previous example, we have seen that it had printed from 0 to 10. But since now that I have changed the initialization to 1, you see that it will get printed from 1 to 10. So let me just compile it in .cpp show and right. Let me execute. Let me run it. You can see it is printing from 1 to 10. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is put the initialization over here. After that, put a semicolon, then put the condition till when the loop it has to loop. Then we have to put the increment or decrement. Okay, for example, if I say I is 10, I is 10 and I is greater than or equal to 0. Alright, and if I do minus minus, and you can see it will start printing from 10 until 0. I'll show you. Okay, just open my terminal and let me just clear it. Let me write g plus plus main dot cpp dash o main, and it is compiled. Now let me run the compiled file, and you can see it is printing from 10 to 0. Okay, this is how the for loop works. Or let me show you how to write an infinite for loop. Write hello world. And you can see it is an infinite for loop. Control C. So how you can write an infinite for loop is, see, let me write an finite for loop where it will print hello world 5 times. Alright, so let me say int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Alright, now I'll just save it. Now this is an finite for loop. As I'm giving the conditions, as you can see here, I have initialized what I is, and I'm saying it has to print until I is less than 5, and it will increment. Alright. Now if I bring my terminal and compile the file, it's been compiled. Now let me just run it. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has been printed 5 times. Now what I'll be doing is, now I'll show you how to loop infinitely. So to loop infinitely, we have to just put two semicolons, and that's it. It will start looping infinitely. Now let me just compile this. Compile. Now let me run it. You can see it will keep running infinitely. It will never stop until we stop it forcefully by hitting Ctrl C. Okay, it has been stopped. Okay, for more visualization, let me show you how many times it will get printed. So let, let me just make here I is equal to 0, and let me say I plus plus. Alright, now you can see how many times it will keep looping. It will keep looping infinitely. Let me just compile it. Now let me run it. Let's keep running. It will keep running forever until we stop it. Okay, I'll just Control C. Okay, this is how the for loop works. I hope you have understood. Okay.